everybody hear me okay? Is that okay? Louder? Can we turn it up, please? Okay. Well, good morning and welcome to the West Stadium Center here at Maverick Stadium. My name is Doug Hoffman. I'm the Media Relations Director for the Athletics Department. I want to welcome all of those that are watching this press conference live on the World Wide Web with our stream, along with all of those that are listening live via our radio affiliate, 1280 The Zone. On behalf of Utah State University and our athletics department, happy holidays. Before we get started, can we just make sure everybody has their cell phones turned off so we don't have any interruptions today? How this is going to run today, we're going to have obviously a couple of speakers. We'll start with the University President, Noel Cockett, and then we'll have the Vice President and Director of Athletics, John Hartwell, speak, and then obviously our new head coach, Gary Andersen. When Coach Andersen gets finished, we'll have a few moments for Q&A. We'll have some microphones out in the crowd, so if you want to ask a question, just raise your hand, and we'll bring the microphones to you. The three featured speakers today do have other commitments, so we might have to cut the Q&A short. We'll see how that goes. But if we do, and there's media members that do want one-on-ones, with John and Coach Andersen, we should be able to accommodate those. Okay? So without any further ado, let me introduce our president, Noel Cockett.
Good morning, everyone. What a great day for Aggies and Utah State University. I haven't been president all that long, but I have to say I have sure enjoyed two very special things that have happened during my time. First, hiring Coach Craig Smith to lead our Aggie men's basketball team, and now the hiring of Gary Andersen to continue the legacy of success in our USU football team. As we built our season this year, we could see that Aggie football was something very, very special. It was with some sadness that we realized that Coach Welch was going to be moving to Texas Tech. But very quickly after that, an opportunity to move our program forward came forth. And we started getting calls from across the country of people with incredible skills, great records, want to be part of our success. And so we went with DHR International, Glenn Sujiyama, and set up a search. And I can tell you that we had incredible interest in what we are doing here at Utah State. We began the interviews, and we had a chance then to interview Gary Andersen. And during that interview, it became very, very clear that he had the attributes, the record, the commitment of what we want for our Aggie players. And so I was so pleased when we were able to bring Gary back to Utah State. Now, he and Stacy just this morning saw for the first time our Maverick Stadium, and they are very, very impressed with what we've been able to do and invest in our athletics. The other thing about Gary that I have to say I was extremely pleased with is his commitment to our players. It's not, as we always say, it's not just about the athletics on the field, on the court success. It is how our students are doing in the classroom and what they choose to do once they've completed at USU. And Gary has tremendous commitment to that, and that really struck me very, very positively. So now that we have Gary here, I'm going to charge all of you folks to continue your commitment. We need you in those seats in the Maverick Stadium. We need you buying those tickets and showing Gary that we love having him back here. Once the announcement was made on Sunday evening, I can tell you hundreds, literally hundreds of people wrote, called, text, social media of how this was the right selection for Utah State. So again, I want to encourage you, to rouse you, to show Gary what we do in support for himself, his family, and his players. Just this week, I was at Mountain West Board of Directors, and Utah State athletics is catching a lot of attention. We've got our football success, they're talking about our basketball success, our tennis, our cross country, the women's basketball team, the list goes on. So we are now continuing excellence in our football program with the announcement of Gary Andersen as our next coach. I do want to take special time, though, to give notice and my thanks to John Hartwell, our Vice President and Director of Athletics. He has been an incredible driver of our success and our future for Utah State athletics and our student players. And so it's with great pleasure that I turn the microphone over to him. He'll give you a little more details about Gary himself, a little bit more details about the process, but I know he's going to move us forward in our athletics program. So I want to welcome Stacy and Gary back into the Aggie family. I was thinking they've been on an extended, maybe not vacation, but we are so glad to have them back. And thank you for showing your support of Utah State University Aggies. Thanks.
Good morning. What a great day to be a Utah State Aggie. This is really, really exciting. And I know a lot of you heard me, about 8 months ago when we introduced Craig Smith. And I was talking to my wife last night, and she was talking about the energy of things going on. And she goes, gosh, how blessed we are at Utah State to have our two highest profile programs have two guys of high levels of energy, of exceptional character, and the great drive to win, as Noel mentioned, in the classroom, on the field of play, and making sure that our student athletes are successful in the game of life. So all of those boxes, as Noel said, when we got the actual announcement that Matt was leaving a week ago last Thursday and started our process, first and foremost, we wanted to make sure that we went through the process and found the right guy to continue the upward trajectory of Utah State football and athletics as a whole success. And as she also mentioned, tremendous interest from across all walks of football, current collegiate head coaches, coordinators in the NFL, men with great experience. But as we went through the process with the assistance of Glenn Sugiyama and DHR International, once we had the opportunity to sit down and visit with Gary, already knowing his body of success of turning Utah State football around over a decade ago, it was very clear in our minds that Gary Andersen is the guy to continue to lead us not only to the level of success that we are today, but to continue climbing. And from a national recognition perspective, I can't tell you how much what Utah State football has done has helped the overall image of the entire university, and that's a key part of what athletics is all about, not only to bring unity to our entire university family, but to help continue to elevate the profile of our great university. And as we have gone through this entire process, Gary Andersen is the answer, and Gary Andersen is home. It's great to have Gary here. Come on up and talk to us, Gary.
sat down. How about if we just saw 1, 2, 3 and get a go Aggies? You ready? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Go Aggies!
It's a beautiful sound. I love it. I got a few people to thank real quick. President Cockett and Mr. Hartwell have been unbelievable through this whole process, and it's hard. Those searches are hard. They're time-consuming. They're taxable. They never stop. They go all day long. They go all night. And you wake up, and I'm sure they're just getting hit a million people because a lot of people wanted this job, and I know that because trust me, I got a lot of phone calls asking me, Coach, is Utah State a good job? Should I go for it? And I said, well, you can go for it, but in the end, I'm going to win. So, but it was amazing the amount of people that I knew that were reaching out for this job. And as soon as it happened, obviously we were extremely excited. Stacy and I and the boys were jumping at the opportunity to be able to get involved with this process. So I just say thank you. It means a lot. It was very, very professional. It was done the right way. And where's Glenn at? Glenn in here? Where you at, Glenn? Glenn was awesome. He asked me if I'd make sure I gave a 5-minute speech about how great he is, but we'll just say he's a good guy. My wife Stacy, my boys. It's been an awesome transition through coming back from Oregon back to Salt Lake, and we've got a grandbaby that we had 2 weeks ago that was born here in Logan. Is Raylan out there, Hagen? Are you there? Where? Oh, there. Can you hold him up real quick? There he is. There's a lot of good things going on for us here in Logan in the last couple of weeks. So, but these boys are awesome. She's the best ever, and she's happy to be back up here. And little side note for you: so we never sold our house here when we left, and the boys were still in college. So we will move back into that home now. And they graduated last January. They moved on in life and are being productive with those degrees that they got from Utah State. But that house is no longer a frat house, okay? It's my house. So we'll make sure that we get that announcement out there. And Aggie Nation, it's awesome. The support, the amount of ex-players that texted me through this whole process, reached out to me, communicated with me about the possibility of getting back here, just to renew the acquaintance that I've had in the past, and the amount of people that we've just been able to reconnect with has been fantastic. So I truly appreciate that. And all those old players. I mean, I was on the phone with Tyler, texting back and forth with Tyler Larson. It's just amazing where these kids' lives have gone, and it's so fun to reconnect with them. And I look forward to doing that more and more as we go through time. Just a couple more. The staff, Kyle, and players at Utah were fantastic to me as we went through this transition. It's never an easy thing when you're out there coaching and all these rumors are going around and you're sitting in the defensive line room, and who those kids I love, and they were just fantastic. They just gave me a big hug and said, Coach, go get it. And so I appreciate those guys and the staff at Utah. And then to this year's football team. And I'll put my notes away and kind of talk about a few things, but it has been absolutely awesome to watch these guys play. The toughness, there's games that have gone down the wire. They found a way to win a couple of those. And there's games that they dominated. They played solid on offense, defense, special teams. There's a great core of kids here from what I can see. I recorded every game I possibly could throughout the year. And I've spent the last 2 weeks watching those games. Obviously, I don't have game film on them, but the last 2 weeks I've watched them on the treadmill, watching them whether on ESPN, ESPN2, or wherever they were. And it's a fun football team to watch. It's a fun brand of football. Congratulations to Matt. It's a tremendous opportunity for him and the staff that went with him. And, they're on to a new adventure. But those young men, I'm excited to watch them play Saturday. Hopefully get that championship in that bowl game. And I'm looking forward to just briefly saying that to them today. I'm excited to watch them play. I'm excited to get back here on January 7th. My job right now is to make sure that we go out and communicate with the young men that have committed to come here. It's imperative that we hire the right people. These young men need to know who their position coach is. They need to know who I am, more about me as we continue through this process. And then we have quite a large class to be able to sign. The most important thing there is